I'd like to welcome everybody out to our Grandpa'sKitchen.com Last Man Standing Motorsports event for Tuesday night. This is the GTE Series here in the booth. How's it going tonight, Michael? Okay, he's not here in the booth yet. I am here. Big Butcher Racing. How you doing tonight?
You only have 2 laps of practice and you don't turn on the headset.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah, you were. I noticed you didn't get a lot of laps in there late on the practice time. We're just about here, just about ready to go to qualifying. We've got Tim Allman from Old Guy Racing storming up the track here for the practice run. He's on top of a 2-minute flat, 0.5 seconds. Jason Morgan behind him with 2 minutes, 0.7 seconds. Bill Edwards, Paul Bilson, and Ron Guybo rounding out the top fast 5 this morning. It's morning here on the track. It's evening here in the broadcast. Well, it is a sim race, so we do what we have to do.
This evening at this morning's track, yes, that does happen, folks.
We're going to catch up because we're running 4 times time today. We started the practice session at sunrise. It's already 9:14 in the morning, 4 hours later on the clock. So time is ticking away. The temperature has risen on the track since practice started by 9 degrees. So it's already 82 degrees on track. It should get a little warmer as we go into race time. Qualifying is about 15 minutes. We'll start here in about 2 minutes. So it'll be probably up into the mid 80s, high 80s by the time we get to race time on the track temp. So that'll slow the cars down a little bit. And, not too bad. 80s are still a good race temp. So that's not too terrible.
Grippy conditions, but it won't be the super condition. It'll be still a lot of traction.
Yep, so this is race number 3 of season 3 in the Grandpa'sKitchen.com GTE series for us racers here at Last Man Standing Motorsports. Glad to have everybody with us on the broadcast. Can't really tell who's out there, but I get to look at it after the race. So thanks for joining us if you are out there, and thanks for joining us if you're watching the replay. This is pretty tight in our competition so far. This series is the only series with multiple winners in the first 2 races. So, of course, there aren't very many that have 2 races so far. But we have Bill Edwards won our first race of the season at Daytona. Jason Morris won last week. We were racing. Do you remember where we were racing last week?
Yes, I do. Would you like me to let you know that was Nürburgring Grand Prix?
Oh, that's right. We're over in Germany. Now we're back to Wisconsin. So we went from Daytona. Yeah, we went from Daytona to Germany to Wisconsin. It's a good thing we can move these cars with a click.
Yeah, could you imagine like transportation costs?
I was actually looking at the GTE European/GTLM US circuit schedules today for between FIA and IMSA. There's obviously the 2 series, and the guys that are going to be running in the vet are actually running in both series across both continents. And on some of them, they're in the US one week, they're in Europe the next week, and they're back in the US the next week. So I don't know if they move the cars or they just have 2 different cars. I'm not really sure how they do that.
That's what I was wondering. Do you think they have to use the same car, the actual same car for the team, or do they have like NASCAR where they've got 17 different cars for the season, and they've got 5 of them over there and 6 of them over here, or depending on?
It's a good question. We'll have to research that and let our viewers know what we find out. So again, let's see, top spots haven't changed at all. So welcome everybody. We're going to start our qualifying run. It is right on the top of the hour. So if you're just joining us, we are just about to start qualifying. Fast lap around here looks like it's about 2 minutes flat. So we'll see how many can do that here in qualifying. We're gonna kind of let you watch for a minute as we get out and do our qualifying runs, so we can spend some time concentrating. Be back with you in a few minutes. Okay, welcome everybody. Just did a couple laps. Probably got about as I'm going to get. I'm within 2/10 of my best time earlier. Still have about 5 minutes left in qualifying, so we'll kind of go through the field here and see what everybody's up to. Tell you what's going on. Looks like Bill Edwards is out front with the fastest time. Switch this to the same view you're watching, or at least similar to it. Adjustment. And we'll switch over to the most exciting view here, which is what you guys are watching. Looks like we're watching Bill Edwards. Oh, and there's Chip Hansen, OGR Racing. He's in 8th spot with currently a 204. He was practicing in the 202 range, so he should be able to pick up a little bit of speed. Bill Edwards is currently out front with our provisional pole at 2 points flat, 0.55. Philip Scott in the 2nd spot, 201.1. Jason Morris running a 201.1 as well. And Tim Allman with a 201.6. I'm in the 5th spot right now, provisionally. Paul Bilson gets a clean lap. He'll probably get in front of me, but he's right behind me. I'm at 202.0. Paul Bilson's at 202.1. These numbers are on the right-hand side, top right-hand side of your screen in the standings area. This will be where the race standings are throughout the race tonight. So you can watch us here in qualifying as you see us going around. Aaron Mack is late arrival, just showed up late to our practice session, but made it in for qualifying with a 204. Chip Hansen still running a 204, improved a little bit on that last lap. We'll see what he can do this time. Maybe we can stay on him for a lap and we'll watch him go around. He's going around. He just finished carousel. That little section there is called the carousel. I'll try to do a lap around with you here and kind of show you what we're doing. This is the kink down this whole stretch section. As long as he didn't get an off track there with that little bump you saw. Now he's coming up to what's called Canada Corner. Hard braking and a right-hander uphill. Very tricky corner. A lot of runoff, and he went a little too far off. So he'll be trying to stay out of the way as Bill Edwards goes by. Tricky corner, very tricky corner. Jump on board here with Tim. Tim is currently running in the 4th spot on the provisional pole. We'll do an in-car, kind of go around the track with him. He is just now exiting turn 3, going down the back stretch, or I don't know if which straight this is. There's 3 long straights on this track. This is the one in the middle. This little kink here is called turn 4, and then hard braking down to turn 5. Very tricky corner. You can see the car kind of wobble a little bit. Cuts the corner and slides a bit. Up the hill into the 789 complex. Just taking the corners as wide as possible. And down into turn 8. Easy around the corner and then off into the carousel. This is the carousel, which is turn 9, kind of ends that complex of corners. And then down this backstretch, which is the 3rd straightaway on the course, where you can get up into 6th gear, pretty much flat out down through here. You have to let off slightly for that little kink. And then this corner is Canada Corner, where we lost Chip just a lap ago. See how Tim fares. Looks like he got through clean. Around the final 2 corners. This is a very tricky corner here. This is the last corner of the track. If you don't get that one perfect, you'll actually not be able to get the speed going up this hill. So really quite complex. And that is turn 14. So let's go back to the what you're watching. Oh, I guess I Shouldn't have done it that way since you weren't watching what I was watching. Well, hopefully that was exciting for you, listening to me talk about a car that wasn't what you were watching. But I went on board on my screen and didn't switch it on your screen, so sorry about that. We still have a few minutes left here. Oh no, about a minute and a half in qualifying left. So we'll be starting the race here shortly, so I don't have time to do that again with the correct camera angle, so apologize for that. A little history here. The Road America racetrack is located in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. This particular configuration of the track is a 4-mile track. It's up in the lakes of Wisconsin. It's about an hour north of Milwaukee. Opened in 1955. Is currently hosting multiple events every year. This is a very popular racetrack. They run SCCA here. They run the GTE, GT3, or GTD, and GTLM, being that it's an IMSA race. Plus they run the LMPIs here and the LMP2s. And they run the LMP Prototype Challenge, which is LMP2s. So lots and lots of racing here. With the hills and the places you can hide for the stands, you can get great views of the track almost anywhere. It's a really long pit lane, very, very long pit lane. So it's a little slow. A little slow on the pit lane piece. So qualifying is over. So right now you're seeing the last couple cars drop off the track. We'll switch over here shortly. Once Bill finishes his lap, he may be the last one on the track. And there comes Paul Bilson, who did actually beat me on that lap. So he's up in front of me by a lot. The gap is 1 second between 5th and 6th. So Jason Morris takes the lead of the qualifying, has the pole. Bill Edwards 2nd, Tim Allman 3rd, Philip Scott 4th, Paul Bilson 5th, myself, Ron Guybo 6th, Chip Hansen 7th, Aaron Mack in 8th, Paul Allen 9th, Mike Morkrid 10th, and Michael Mooney running in 11th tonight. We are pretty much ready to go. We'll be jumping here out on track any moment and getting ready for the start. So thanks again for being here, watching with us. We are excited to have you and excited to be racing. This is race number 3 of our 25 race season with grandpaskitchen.com. Check out their website, grandpaskitchen.com, for all of your gluten-free needs. Sorry, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Sitting here trying to pop for the sponsor, and I can't even remember what they do. I know what they do.
I've looked at it. It looks like very good food.
It is. It's great stuff. The owner has actually made some stuff and brought it over and tried it out. It's pretty good. So I'm not a big gluten-free fan. I'm actually pro-gluten because I'm way overweight. So
as that Coca-Cola cake that we shared a couple weeks back, that was definitely not gluten-free.
That was not gluten-free.
Means you need to go to Grandpa's Kitchen and get plenty of gluten-free to counteract that. There you go. There's your plug.
Probably should.
To be honest, I've seen images of a lot of us racers here. There's a lot of gluten-free eating.
Or at least less carbs, maybe.
At least, but we could always go to grandpaskitchen.com and order gluten-free and help counteract a lot of that, I would assume.
I'm sure you're right. So we're lining up on the grid, getting ready to start.
Did I do my part? Did I help out? I hope I did. That's about the most helpful I'm going to be tonight.
Doing great. I'm going to throw something out official here on the other channel. So.
Welcome everybody to grandpaskitchen.com's GTE Series. This is Ron from Wizard TV, Big Wizard TV. Welcoming everybody out on the stream and here on the track. Let's have a nice clean race hard, have fun. Again, self-policing on the incidents. If you cause an incident and it's not just racing, you need to do a drive-through penalty. We've been pretty clean so far this season, so let's keep it that way. Good luck to everybody, and we'll see you at the end.
It could be that somebody's starting from the pit lane because the timer is not going to 0, so it's very possible we'll have a driver starting in the pits, which is a slight disadvantage to them because they start last, but then they're not right in the mix on the beginning of the race, so it gives them a chance to kind of get their bearings, and a lot of guys actually do that. So maybe a couple of
strange that it's not me this time.
Yeah. But it looks like we're going to do a full pace lap unless I completely screwed this up. There is a pace car up there, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You guys have a pace car up there, right?
Yeah, we're doing a pace lap. Okay. We're doing a full pace lap. I was just hoping I didn't set up the race wrong and we were doing a standing start. That would have been crazy.
Well, you know, that wouldn't be the only thing. I mean, I was looking forward to actually probably the Porsche tonight.
Yeah, I noticed you were having some struggles with it the other day when we were in practice. So.
Well, I was going to run it, but the last car that I had practiced with was the Ford, and I jumped in. I just clicked on and joined, and here we are in the Ford GT. We'll make do. I mean, we like supporting the sponsors that are on it. Just a little sad that there's not as many old guy racing stickers on it, but that's all right. There's an old guy behind me. Throughout a gratuitous, go to your nearest ABC Motor Credit if you're in Northeast Ohio.
There you go.
There.
Yeah, I don't want to forget as we're doing our parade lap, they call this. Don't want to forget mentioning Rust Ridge Studios, our other sponsor for our series, making our trophies for our winners. Just sent out Season 2's trophy or Season 1 from our GT3 series. Still working with them to get the trophy out for Season 2 on GTE. It's quite a process they do. It's a laser engraved metal trophy backed on a wooden base.
Looks fabulous.
So if you want to check out their products, it's Rust Ridge Studios, and they sell right now on Etsy, so you have to kind of find them out. They are working on getting some like a website and stuff like that set up. So when you get all that out there, we'll be posting them up here on some of our last minute races and secondary spots.
You know, some
Again,
of the fabulous artists aren't always in the mainstream because they put a lot of work into the art. And that is definitely art.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. If you go check out their stuff, it's multi-layered metal. It's laser cut with a lot of old barnwood in some of his designs, and a lot of really cool stuff. They're
with definitely the modern, don't forget the modern LED lights.
Oh yeah, LED lights.
The hookups to the phone for the apps for sound out of them.
Yeah, they have sound controls and everything. It's pretty cool. They got some really good stuff.
30 seconds until the start line. So the pace car will be peeling off, and Jason and Bill will be leading this into turn 1. Do you think everyone's ready for this start?
No.
Do you think they're maybe ready for the start?
It's going to be interesting. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm going to break early, and hopefully I don't get it.
I suspect starting last, finishing last.
Probably not. I'm guessing there's going to be a couple incidents here. Okay, final corner, turn 14, coming around, and we're getting ready for the front stretch. Pace cars diving in. behind me is way behind me. And we're green. Here we go.
Challenges for Grand Tour and such, where they were doing stunts. They always had a car following them. I feel like that car.
Lap 1 in the books. We are clear through lap 1. Looks like no one's report. Pretty much in a line here. Pretty good lap so far. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
For the for everyone grid was because of the camera, because it didn't grid.
Oh, okay.
Because I was the only one in pit road.
All right. Leaders pulling away in the top 5. Brothers didn't make it tonight, so there's something going on. But usually I'm door to door with him, so it's nice not having a guy right next to me.
Oh, maybe someone will catch up to you and help you
Fill the gap there.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Chip was going to, but he had some issue last lap. He dropped back to 8th spot behind Paul Allen.
Yeah, he was off track there.
So running order is still about the same. Paul, Bill Edwards, Jason Morris, Philip Scott, Tim Alman, Paul Wilson. Top 5. I had to say that quick because the long straightaway was ending. Get on the brakes into turn 5. Carousel is actually 9 and 10. I didn't realize that.
Such a long corner, you got 1 minute.
Yeah, no debate. It's a really long corner. Get those. I don't know if our viewers know. I mean, it's not really part of Last Man Standing Motorsports. It is part of Old Guy Racing. There are 4 Old Guy Racing drivers out there. Normally we have 5, but Jeff couldn't make it. But we do have 4 of us. And the winner of the Old Guy Racing quad racers here will get points in our own personal series that we run. And if you can run with 0x, you get more.
System, and it just keeps drivers competitive, not just on the track with the others, but
Actually,
planned by the owner.
yeah, I think we actually take it more serious than the league because we're always out for blood when we're on track.
Yeah, Jim had to say yes.
Get him, get him, get him.
Aren't aware there's actually a tie for first and second, and a tie for third and fourth.
Yeah, we're not competitive at all.
Yeah, and fifth is not that far away.
He's doing pretty good tonight.
Yeah. Gain some points.
Oh, almost put the grass on the table. No, high speed.
That tends to mess up something on the car.
Pulling away from me, Paul. Paul Bill's got a 5-second lead on me. Order's still the same, nothing changed up front. So we're still going. Bill, Jason, Philip, Tim, Paul.
I'm concerned that still the we've literally had the leader on the last lap.
Oh, this track is so tricky. I know you're watching and it looks like cars are just rolling around here. If you miss a braking point, you're toast. I mean, you'll go straight through that corner and there's nothing good on the exit of these corners if you're not on track. So a little, I guess, information about Elkhart Lake and the track here. Everything runs here. They run Indy cars here. They run these cars, the GTLMs. They run the GTDs, which are the smaller version of these cars. They run LMP prototype cars here. They run Mazdas here. They run everything you can run that's got wheels, they'll run it here.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people like this track. Looks like Chip's back on the horse. He's gotten back in front of Paul Allen. Whether Paul had an issue or not, I'm not sure.
Canadian corner, Canada corner. It's
Canada corner. Ah,
Paul
nice
Allen,
beat.
and then Chip just was a little off track again, so he's lost ground. Still shutting down.
Still in front of Aaron back there.
Yep. Aaron was off track a little bit. Some yard work coming out of the last corner. Going up the straight there. Then they get
Oh yeah,
back in the flow.
see the trail.
Yeah, they get back on the trail, and then they come away from something as silly as that. Come on. Go the frickin' nose. Commentators as drivers get right in front of service.
Disadvantage being 10 seconds behind the leaders is if one of them makes a small mistake, it can't go by him. But I guess that's why they're faster.
They're not 2 seconds faster. They're just a second faster, just over 10 laps.
Yeah, I
Gives
know.
them a 10-second gap.
I've had a couple slow laps though, but I haven't gone off track yet. I'm still trying to keep that zero.
I'm just doing race commentary here real quick.
Keep it on track.
Up. This is what happens when you get a car without the proper setup. No practice in it really, and we go, yes, we can do this.
It's quite amazing. I know our non-racing viewers probably don't realize how many hours are spent running these cars around these tracks to get your lap times down where they're consistent.
Set for seat time in a vehicle, whether it's simulated or real life.
Yeah, we all complain that this setup is faster than that setup, or this configuration of the road, or the sun or the clouds or whatever makes a difference, but the biggest difference is seat time.
Just for some of the older drivers in real life, you've had the practice, you've done so many hours driving back and forth. You're like an old hand at it, and then the new drivers that you are helping along, you go, well, just do this because it makes sense. That's the same thing with any driving. If you're racing, you need that seat time to go, yeah, it's simple once you've done it 7,000 times.
Right. That was my carousel commentary after your commentary. Turn 11's no picnic either. You're trying to go through there flat out. Down that after the exit of the carousel. You got to hit it just right.
That kink is not fun if you don't have it right.
I think here at this track, a lot of people would say the carousel is the most complex, but I would think the corner is probably the most complex corner of the track. Either that or turn 5. Turn 5 down at the bottom of the hill, heavy braking, 90-degree left-hander. A lot of people miss that. Either slide through it.
It's very technical. I think your complex is you've got multiple things with speed, turn, and all of that. Drop off at the corner. The others are very technical. You got to hit the spot. So it's similar regards, but you know, definitely pretty hard numbers. If you hit Canada corner right, you can fly through there. If you've got it down, you go through it. Canada or carousel, you're constantly managing throttles to be as quick as possible the whole time. You can lose it halfway through it after you enter a carousel correctly. You know you've screwed up when you've gone into Canada corner wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. You go into that one wrong, you're over in the weeds.
Same with 5. I mean, it's right away. You know you messed that one up.
Yeah, breaking down that hill is just really intense, and you try to turn it. So many guys will overdrive that exit and get that car turned around. Done it myself. I did it in GT3 race lap 1 this year. Trying to maintain 6th here, just holding on. Guys in front are pulling away slightly. Still 10 seconds out. Chips back about 16 seconds. And a little pocket.
Seconds out. Mike's behind us 18 seconds.
Little nice little groove we get to ride along. Actually, I could probably do better if I wasn't talking, but I'm still in pretty good shape. And something happened up front. Philip Scott is back to 5th. Tim Elman and Paul Bilson have gone past him.
Someone claimed that.
On TV may have seen it. Looks like we've had some damage up front.
Yep, we have Aaron parked down at the bottom of the hill there on the front stretch. We heard Wilson on radio chatter.
Yep, something happened, but they're still pulling away from me, so. Philip Scott's 10 seconds out. He's holding there. I think Paul Bilson wanted somebody to do a drive-through on that one. Have to catch that one on.
Oh, yeah, then I wouldn't worry about that.
Out in the other chat room and determined it was a racing incident. We haven't been able to see it. We don't have the ability to bring up replays. So maybe we can bring it up after the race.
Yeah, lap 9. Someone remember lap 9. It's lap 9. Those in the chat.
Yeah, those in the chat. Post that in the chat so we know it's lap 9. Something happened. We're going to use reciprocal help here tonight. The viewers have to help us do the broadcast.
It always, you know, helps.
Little interaction.
Breed community, yeah.
Community involvement. I think that's what we're looking for.
Social distancing right now, we're actually helping build social, you know, community by bringing us together and helping with life.
We appreciate it.
It's a fuel chip. It's 30 something like that.
It's another thing we do here. We run 90 minutes. And we only give the cars a half a tank of fuel.
Half the tank that we can actually put in there. So it gives it, you know, a lot of options. It's not like we want to see a lot of knitting.
Yep, you have to work that out as you go. If you run flat out, 90 minutes is probably going to make you about a lap to 2 laps short at the end. So if those guys up front are not running a fuel map where they're conserving a little bit, they may end up needing to splash and go right there at the end. And this is a long pit lane.
I figured you'd have minimum 2 stops. It could be 3 if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, this is a 2-stop.
The fuel you're using. Yeah. So.
I got 3 laps left of fuel. It's a 2-minute lap, so we got 6 minutes of fuel left, just short of the half-hour mark. So I better do a little conserving on the second half.
Don't want to pit for repairs.
Did you get yourself a black flag?
Yeah. Too wide on Canada corner. Starting to push the car because it's feeling good and it's not really set up for really pushing.
It's funny that flag is a black flag. I don't know if you would, unless they're watching your car at the time, but the flag is actually a black flag with an orange circle that tells you have to go in for repairs. So everybody calls it default repairs. It actually looks like a default.
And you know, if you're hungry for some spaghetti and meatballs, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, if you're racing, it's not what you want to see. You to come in, give you a black flag. If you don't come in, they'll actually penalize you.
If you don't come in, you don't do it soon enough.
Looks like Paul Allen's in the pit lane.
Yeah, he did loop right behind me, and I think he drove the nose right into the wall. One of those drivers aware, all of a sudden there's a yellow flag posted brake, so they assume there's a car to the left and they overturn or something, you know.
Yeah, you got to keep your eyes open here on these tracks because a yellow flag can mean anything. Usually means there's a car somewhere, and it'll tell you right, but it could be moving and end up left by the time you get there.
Well, you know, it's Canada corner. Well, most likely it's after the corner, going up the hill. You're already trying to figure out what you need to do. It's on
Flip over to most exciting, you'll see what the viewers are saying.
Thanks, Ron, for that. We're watching Tim Allen in third and Paul Bilson in fourth. We're on the main street here, chasing each other for that position. Tim Allen with a slight lead. Trying to chase down Jason Morris. Bill Edwards. Bill Edwards has got that BMW way out front. I considered running the BMW because I ran it so much last year. But I did not run that car here at this track or something. I did not have a setup for it.
What do you mean when you say that? Tell the viewers what it means by having a setup.
Setup for the car, meaning your shock dampers set to a position that makes the car get through the corners as quickly as you can get it. A setup that I have may not be a perfect setup for Ron because driving styles can be a little bit different, cars can be a little bit different, and it helps with getting around as fast. So the setup for the car is as important as knowing the track and being, overall quick in the track, because it helps with that ability to keep the car planted and going where you want it to.
So even though we might be in the same car, the driver might have a different setup?
Two drivers could have different setup because they may drive the car through the corner slightly differently. One may brake later than the other and power out of it in form, so they want different shock values so that the car stays stable for the way that they drive through the corners. After that, then, aerodynamics, the rear wing and some of that stuff can be almost exactly the same, or even that may be tweaked because the drive off the corner gets them that much. Yeah, Bill Edwards in the pits doing a pit for fuel and possibly tires. That can take a look. I'm watching it and we'll go. He is fueling it, but I see no tire change yet. We got Paul Bilson in the pits also. No tires for Bill Edwards. That is for the viewing audience. No. Okay, so no tires means the tires he feels are wearing well. He doesn't want to change them. The fuel goes in these cars first, then the tire changes afterwards, and you want to be in and out as quick as possible. So if your tires feel pretty good, you're not going to want to change the tires and give up more time to the car behind you. And if they don't change the tires and you're 10 seconds in front of them before you hit, by the time that strategy goes into play, you can end up 20 seconds behind because you changed tires, they didn't, but you can still be running the same lap time.
So pit strategy is pretty important, especially when we have to make at least two.
Pit strategy is always important, whether it's a fuel-only race where you know that you're not changing tires, but how much fuel in the way that you take it. Do you carry, you know that you need a stop at the end, so do you carry less fuel to start with and do the extra stop anyways, and just carry less fuel, which makes you quicker because you're carrying less weight. Strategy on these cars with this series can be played in all sorts of directions. So, Tim, is it Allman? If I've been calling my teammate the correct name?
I think it's Alman or Allman.
Allman?
I don't know. Alman or Allman. We'll have to ask him in the post race when he wins.
When he wins? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I keep thinking it's Almond, like Almond Joy, but I'm not sure if it's correct or not.
I think that's right. I think I've heard Mike Margaret corrected me once when I called him Alman.
Okay. And you have Philip Scott in there. We still see that Paul Allen is getting his car. Let's see, I'm still in there getting my car fixed. Where is the most exciting view? Oh, we're watching Philip Scott pit at the moment.
Back out. He's out in front of me. I'm in the pits right now. Getting my go-go juice.
have pass for second. Tim from Old Guy Racing passing Bilson.
Okay, but did they
No,
both?
that was Morford that he passed for position on the track, but not position for race stand.
Ooh, Bill Edwards dropped back after the so maybe he'll have to wait one more lap. I don't know if you can see him out in the front or not, but on my standings, on my scoring chart, he's now in fourth.
Right.
But I don't think that's correct, because on my relative, Tim's the next car in front of me.
Yeah.
So I think something's up.
It's when these guys have.
Gotta wait for him to cycle through, yeah. And the reason that's messed up during pit stops is because the timer grabs your position when you cross the finish line, regardless of if you're in the pit lane or in the
So you can go in.
finish.
Yeah. You can still go in leading because you're on the pit one lane side of the wall, but you're still all the way across. So.
No, Paul Allen looks like his damage has been too much and he's let go for the night. And it's scoring me in P5, but I do not believe I'm in P5.
Oh, as we go across the line, Bill Edwards back on the front, Jason Morris second, Paul Bilson third, Philip Scott fourth, and Allman fifth, Ron Gaibo sixth, Chip Hansen seventh. One lap down, you have Aaron Mack and Mike Morkred. 4 laps down, Michael Moon, myself, and then Paul Allen, who is 5 laps down currently, who's already called it a night. I think it was a very good thing that I decided to grab a glass of water for all this.
Yeah, I should have, and it didn't.
3 minutes of car repairs, 33 seconds of option. I think we'll take the whole time because we're already down this much. Paul Bilson, real wide on turn 5.
Thanks, Mike.
He's over in the gravel.
You're welcome.
Don't know if that was on the camera at the time, but extremely wide.
He must have gathered it back up because he's still in front of Tim on my scoring.
Once they get across the line, it will change.
On my relative, though, he's farther away than Tim is.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on
Well, he was, I think, scored second. No, he scored third, so he's given up the spot to Philip Scott.
Phillips back in third.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim's dropped back from those guys a little bit. He's about 6 seconds behind Bilson. Maybe he had a slower stop. Everything counts here. You make one mistake on one corner, you could lose 10 seconds easy. Or you could lose your car if you hit the wall.
Yeah.
As you have already found out.
Yes. Oval racing is different from road racing, especially with the timer at the end of the race. Road racing with the timer, you never gain anything back. You start with this is how far you can go, and then with each pit, each incident, you lose time. So your goal is to lose the least amount of optional distance on the lap timer. than the other drivers. So basically, he's on the position ahead of you, but for him, he's lost something.
Right, because everybody's got their optimal times.
Yeah.
In race trim, you don't usually run the same lap times as you would in qualifying.
Correct. But if your fastest lap during the race is going to be a 2 minute and 2 second time, if you do a 2 minute and 2 second lap every time, fine, but you're never going to do a 2 minute and 2 second lap every time. All you're doing is racing and losing time. So
You're saying it's a losing proposition from the start?
it's a losing proposition from the start, but there's always a winner at the end.
Because everybody's losing. You just got to lose less.
You got to lose less, yes. And I'm back out on the track.
All right.
I'm having so much fun broadcasting that, you know, or that you're sitting here going, driver, get back in.
Get back in the car. Well, you're the next car in front of me. I'm just coming up behind you.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, no. You probably cleared it when you came around.
Yes, I did. And then I went and put fuel back into it, and it didn't. Tires are cold.
I overdrove turn 3 there, so you're fine.
Everything is cold. Brakes are cold. Tires are cold. And I've got a hot Ron Gaibo behind me chasing for position. He doesn't want to lose any more time, as we just said. So he doesn't want this driver in front of him to hold him up. And we're wide, so we'll stay wide.
It's really hard when you're following somebody and they go wide. There's a tendency to go wide as well.
Yes.
Depends on how close they are, but if you're right behind them, you're going to go where they go.
If you're following them, yes, that is highly possibility of driver error.
Approaching the halfway mark, 6 minutes to halfway. Everybody's still out here except for Paul. We lost Paul Allen early.
Thank you, Mike.
No problem.
And then if you look at the scoring timer on the right, you'll see Michelle Gaibo on track. She is actually not on track tonight. That is the account we use to stream with. So those of you watching at home, you're watching her stream. So that's why you see the name on there. I usually put in watch instead of race, and I did it wrong tonight. But minor error doesn't make any difference as we're going.
Another minute of optional repair from that mistake.
Well, on 8, turn 8, your exit.
Yeah. No, before that. Or after that,
Oh, you did something else.
coming out of Canada Corner Complex, came up the hill, turned 14. The frustrations of a driver, but then again, this is still better than what I was expecting because my practices were horrible. It's a really good thing that we don't have to pay for cars and damage and all of that.
We do actually pay for cars, though.
We do pay for cars, but
Not to fix them.
buy and replace, repair these cars as they do in real life.
Yeah, real life, they're a little more expensive. I think 12 bucks I can handle.
$12 you can handle. $12 for the bolt that went on the end of that you sheared off with the A arm and all the other components on there.
Yeah, it might be a little harder to take.
Yeah, they're sponsors shelling out $10 million, you know, for a spot on the car.
Actually, the second iRacing account that we stream from is actually to the great benefit of our sponsor. Speaking of sponsors, grandpaskitchen.com. They allow us to buy the extra tracks and vehicles to be able to run our races online almost 5 nights a week.
We want to thank you for that, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Big thanks to Grandpa's Kitchen. I think someone should go out to grandpaskitchen.com right now, buy some food products just to show how grateful we are. I can't though, I'm in turning.
I think he's in turning. Well, now he's in carousel.
Oh yeah, you are, buddy.
Everyone worries that when I go into the broadcast booth, I can handle this, so no problem. When I'm down in the race lobby, it tends to be a different tone of voice with the other drivers when I get into a little bit of an irritated state.
And we all have our weaknesses.
This is to keep me in better
Mine's
shape.
turn 5.
So far, this week, it's been all of Road America, and I like this course.
This is a really fun track. I mean, I think it's a driver's track. You know, we race a lot of different types of tracks, and I really think that the ones that are courses like this that are made for racing on it, not just like, you know, where you have a city street track or, you know, a oval track that they put an infield on like Daytona. And I think these types of tracks are my favorite because they're just so much fun to drive on. They're technical, they're fast. You've always got to be concentrating and paying attention to where you're at. To me, that's a lot of fun.
And having good success on the track. Last season's IndyCar series, I poled here and came in second in the race. And this is, you know, one of those tracks that I just like to race. So it's just this week, it's been my Achilles heel of, it's not been a corner, it's been every corner. If we were really good announcers, we'd know which track we're going to next. We'd find out if our luck would change.
Yeah. Well, it's got to go up for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Not to be insulting or anything, but
No, it's not. I'm 10th out of 11th. I qualified last and wasn't expecting to be this good, but yeah.
looks like Paul Bilson may have an issue. He may be driving a damaged car.
Over in the dirt a couple of times in turn 5.
He's going to the pits.
We should know how severe it is shortly.
Fifth place driver is in the pits. And it is about halfway through a fuel run, so I don't think he's getting fuel. No. He was our runner-up last season 2 of the grandpaskitchen.com GTE Series. Paul Bilson was the runner-up, chasing down Bill Edwards for the championship. Bill's out front today. Last week, Jason won, and Jason's right behind him. But still a 13-second lead. Bill can hang on. He's definitely got a good start to the season up front.
Reigning champion in this series.
Yep.
Paul Wilson being reigning champion from GT3.
And you're our reigning champion for the IndyCar series.
Well, yes, it was a abbreviated season. Well, we'll give some credit there for that.
Yeah, you still win yellow flag finishes too. So it's okay.
You have to show up and participate, right?
It doesn't work if you don't. Which is the problem for me coming up when I hit the end of this month. I'm on the road for almost a month solid, so I'm going to miss a bunch of races.
Well, you put up an interesting stat that I know that you probably don't have anywhere handy at the moment.
What's that?
But with all the series so far in this year's season, Paul Wilson's pulled the plug on it. Too much damage for him.
Yeah, we had. I don't remember how many series. We got 8 series.
We have 8 series. We have so many. I'll pull up
Next pit stop.
I'll pull up the actual. But the one interesting fact was, and that pit stop maybe sooner than what I wanted. Well, we'll just wait because I have the pit. I damaged it again.
I don't think your GT was ready for the night. But you get back out there, run 10 more laps before the end, you get ahead of another driver.
Yeah.
We're on lap 23 of an estimated 46, and 42 minutes to go. If my pace stays the same and Bill's pace stays the same, he'll catch me. I'll go a lap down before the finish. I'm half a lap down right now.
Another 12 minutes. Okay.
He's still at 42, so he'll be back out with 30 to go. Now those stats were after our Saturday open wheel, before our Sunday race. So we've actually, counting this race, ran 2 more races since that time.
Okay.
But in general, I believe, yeah.
There we go. Let's go to our car. Do that first. Catch up on the most exciting stuff going on out there. Tim Ullman with Aaron Mack behind him. That is not for position, but that is. Tim's got a. Oh no, it could be just a paint job giving me a look of a little bit of damage. Hopefully that's what it is.
I'm trying to chase him down. No, that's Mike Morkert. He's with, isn't it? Tim's in the Ferrari.
That's it. Yeah, no. Tim. Maybe I'm not live.
No, you're okay.
Tim is got Aaron Mack and Mike Morkert behind him. Trying to determine what it looks like. He might have, or it's the paint job. Still confusing me if he's got a little damage on the right front corner. But that's your most exciting at the moment. He's in 4th place. You have Bill Edwards still and followed by Jason Morris, Philip Scott, Tim Ullman 4th, Ron Gaivo 5th, Chip Hansen 6th, still on the lead lap. Go Chip. He's been really practicing hard at this track. Aaron Mack is 7th, and Paul Wilson is now 9th. Mike Morkrid is 8th. That's going to change here on the next moment. And then I'm still 10th, and Paul Allen is last at the moment. Paul, the two Pauls are the only two drivers that are out of the race so far. All right. Tease the interesting facts. We'll come up with it. Counting all 8 series that we've had 120 drivers on the track. 2 drivers. What was the portion of that? They were new drivers, correct?
No, 62 is the actual number of individuals that race in our league so far.
Okay.
But because a lot of them race on more than one series, there's
have
128 total drivers, yeah.
Okay. At the time of gathering, 6,506 laps raced, which was with 1,600 racing incidents. That being little off tracks, wrecks. That's not too bad.
Well, when you consider going off a corner and just touching the grass as a 1, and that happens all the time.
Yes.
It's not that there's 1,600 accidents. You have incidents car to car.
Right. That's a tire off the track too far. You get a racing incident.
And we haven't raced at Spa yet.
Yes.
It'll double.
Or Le Mans. Drift a little bit there on one of those corners. We've had 8 different winners. Nate starts with the B. I just lost the last name. Brody. Nate Brody leading the MX-5, Pro Mazda, and F3.
Now you got a note there. Especially, I should have noted it. The F1 or F3 and Pro Mazda only had
one race. Okay, that's true. But still leading.
Yes, he is.
Peter Short's leading GT3. And that's 3 races now?
4 after this. Yeah, 3.
3 at the time. Bill Edwards is leading GTE and leading the race. Chip Hansen leading the Cup Series. Dustin McDaniel leading the Mix It Up, which is brand new. Brandon Dooley leading the Inline Car Series, which is also a single race. And then there's been 1 driver to race in every race of the season so far.
I wonder who that is.
Only 1. We'll give out the props to Mr. Mooney for being dedicated enough to show up for each series so far.
So we can say that no one has finished every race so far, because you haven't finished every race.
No, I have
close. You're probably a couple short.
Do I have a disconnect in there? Do I have a DNF for?
I don't know about those first. I don't know about by Saturday, but Sunday of this week, I believe there was one.
This week there.
That would have been 2 days ago.
Yeah, it may have been. For those interested, fill in that comment box if you want to find out how many DNFs.
Yeah, we can go look it up.
We'll get the stat crew out on it. So we're still, most interesting is Tim Allman here. 4th place, lap 26. 26 completed. On lap 20, wrapping up for lap 27. Or is he just that far behind? I think he's just that far behind at the moment. Calculations.
He's 40 seconds out.
Yeah. So with Paul Bilson sitting idle, we've had some cars move up position. We have still Bill Edwards, Jason Walsh, we've got Tim Allman, Ron Gaivo, top 5. Chip Hansen is in the pits currently in 6th. Aaron Mack, Mike Morkrid are 7th and 8th, 1 and 2 laps down. And both Pauls have pulled out. Paul Wilson is 5 laps down currently. Paul Allen 16. And I'm stuck between the two of them, 11 laps down. Fixing this car again. Giving my crew chief plenty of work.
Chip pulled out right in front of me. He has a lap car right in front of him, so this will be interesting. Whoop, and he went off into the wall.
You okay back there, Mike?
I think Mike clipped the grass there in 7 and went off.
No, we still don't have that explosive set, so let's go back and take a look. Mike Marker goes first.
Oh, I saw him hit the wall. I know he went off. I just think he clipped the grass.
Yeah, he did. He just caught the paint in the grass as it came out. But he's got it back rolling. Get the tire portion of it, so he must have gave enough. We'll find out if he has to pull in.
Chip got a great turn 14. I don't know. I'm going to get him on this lap. 2 more laps before I need to pit. I am really good to the end.
Chip Hansen, when you do see him on your screen, there's sporting the South Carolina Gamecocks University scheme there. Racing logos. That was painted by our team representative Jeff Wyatt, who seems to be a really good painter with some of the Corvette stuff. Ron Geibel's also good with some of his. He's running his own paint scheme on his Corvette. The Grandpa's Kitchen.com logos on there. Bill Edwards out front leading big time with the Grandpa's Kitchen green and chrome colored BMW. Car number
Is he the only BMW in the field tonight?
He was the only BMW in the field. I was actually leaning to jumping in as that, and then was going to go, no, I'll do the Porsche, and then found myself in the Ford. So I ended up being the only Ford. He's the only BMW, and we're at opposite ends of the field right now. The rest of the mix is a mash of Porsches and Corvettes. So our most exciting, maybe, oh, there we go. Ron Geibel, which is switched to. Catching teammate Chip Hansen.
Not very well.
It's not for actual position, but
It's for teammate.
it is a little bit of a, you don't want your teammate to pass you no matter what type there.
Yeah, he's pulling away. And after his stop, he's got himself composed and great laps.
He's after a faster lap time at minimum. maybe if he pushes enough, he will get a lap back by, you possibly being unfortunate, causing an issue for yourself.
No, not tonight.
Well, we're not saying that we're broadcast wishing that on you or anything, but that could be what's going through that driver's mind. He's pushing and racing in the event that someone else has a little bit more misfortune and he gets further up. That's what we all race for.
Yep, the least loss, right?
The least amount of loss. And now he's got to hope that more drivers get more loss. Nature of the beast there. You see,
you never want anybody to drop, but when they drop and they're in front of you, you're like, yes, position.
I'm still sitting here waiting for the car to move so I can get positions.
I got by him, he went wide in Canada. But now I got to go in the pits because I'm out of fuel.
Yeah, but is he pitting in also?
No. I got by you, but I got to let you back by, Chip.
I need to not like doing that broadcasting so much. Got to get back in the car drive.
Yeah, I'm getting some go-go juice here for the last one. Cleared off the windscreen. 12.8 gallons, and off we go.
Well, I have enough fuel to get to the end myself. So let's just not put it into the wall anymore.
Yeah, I got, right now it says I'm right on the edge to get into the finish. But I know I'm good because I had 2 extra laps that time. I went down to fuel map 4. So if these guys up front want to keep the excitement going, I think Jason has been fuel saving. He pit the same lap I did. There's probably enough fuel in the car. If he's running a fuel map 3 or 4 in that Porsche, he'll be able to make it without another stop. Bill Edwards was in a lap before that. Or maybe he's on fuel save now. It's a little different on the strategy here.
Oh yeah. I think it's a positive for the driver that thinks far enough in advance to not be fuel saving at the end.
Or running out at the finish.
Or running out at the finish, yeah.
I think we had one just Sunday night do that, didn't we? Oh no, I don't remember what race it was, but just recently there was a driver that ran out of gas on the last lap and everybody caught him. Like he was out front and he ran out of fuel with 3 turns to go. We were at Silverstone. I think we were in the Mazda.
Sounds plausible.
And it was our teammate Tim Elman who
I think you're right.
ran out of fuel and the boys got by him. Actually, speaking of the boys, we're missing Hannah tonight, although she doesn't usually race Tuesdays.
No,
I think she'll be back tomorrow when we do mix it up with her favorite, the IRX off-road cars. We're going to do them our mix it up is quite an interesting series. I'm not going to be able to broadcast it because I don't have Donington on the second account, but we pick a different car, different track each week, and you never know what you're going to be racing where.
The winner gets the choice of track, second place gets the choice of car. And they don't know what the other one is picked until after they've made their choice. So it can make some interesting matches.
Yeah, we're running rally cars on a Grand Prix track. And I've already got reports back in from our expert rally driver in our league that she goes so wide in the corners that she gets a 1X and stays on the track.
Oh,
1X for spinning out.
It's just getting X is being too far wide, and it's just now getting to the point where the car is grabbing.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, these cars don't spin like those. I mean, you don't slide through the corners sideways in a in a Vet, but you can in a Subaru.
Yes, I'm gonna have fun doing the Ford around that track.
I'll probably in the Beetle, because I don't really want to buy any more cars.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be several people that are gonna be. There'll be one hot foot in the Subaru.
Oh yeah, she's gonna smoke us all.
And one warm foot in the Ford. I don't think I have her talent, but I have run some rally cars.
Well, I didn't get my 5 extra points. I do have 1X.
Well, it's for the last man standing series. That's not
that's 5 points I don't get. Try to keep me in 5th in points.
the likelihood is a lot of these drivers are also going to have an X. So you shouldn't be losing any points to that. I've seen several drivers that are ahead of you off track, so that competitive team that you're in, that 1X still may be good for some of them.
I don't know if he's trying to let me buy or block me.
Go ahead, Rob. All right, thanks, Mike.
When you come up on slower traffic, we don't get a lot of it in our GTE series. But when we ran multi-class last season, you got these rocket ship prototypes coming up behind you, and you're in one of these GT cars. It's very common that the guy trying to let you buy moves and gets in your way. So even though you're trying to help by moving over, you're getting in the lane they were anticipating going to. Which I'm pretty sure I wasn't the most exciting at the moment. But as I was coming down the hill into turn 5, which is a very tight technical corner.
Right.
You're
Mike, trying to get around the driver. Yeah.
And I'm going to the inside.
Trying to be helpful and
I'm going to the inside to try to get around him on the inside. And he goes to the inside to let me buy on the outside.
Yeah.
So it didn't work. I didn't hit him.
We do try and stress and let the drivers know. I'm not sure if we've stated it. Just a reminder at the next race, run your own line. Let the driver behind make pass. It's their responsibility to make it clean.
Yeah.
And we stress that in this league.
We'll put something up after the race. I don't want to say it right now because then it would pinpoint.
Right.
Hey, Mike, you should have stayed in your lane.
Well, no, and we're not because
I got by clean. He let me by.
Yeah, we've had several drivers that are newer that have done that, and I've even pulled over out of the way. But there's a difference between trying to get out of the way and then pulling off into the grass there near where you've already lost it.
Yeah, and there's
over there.
Yeah, there's a definite racing line, and he was moving out of the racing line, so he was fine. He just did it when I caught up with him and I was about to go on the inside.
Yeah,
but it's fine. It's actually okay to, when you're slower and you're just trying to get the hang of everything. I mean, I started here too 2 seasons ago. This is season 3. I started in season 1 and I felt like I was the rolling chicane. I was in the way all the time.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I didn't say that on broadcast, did I?
Maybe it wasn't loud enough. Maybe they didn't.
Okay, Ron, you was. But we've all been there. I feel like I'm there currently this week. So.
Okay, 20 minutes left. 20 minutes in our race tonight. I know it hasn't been a good race for you necessarily in your car. And I have not had competition. I've been racing by myself all night. But I think this has been a really good broadcast night so far.
I'm sure it has. It's had two excellent broadcasters in the booth.
But we've been actually able to talk most of the race, which I know last week when I was at Nürburgring and I was door to door with Brandon all day long.
It's hard to
It's really hard, yeah. When I would start talking, I'd lose, half a second to a second on a lap, and he was right there again. I'm like, wait a minute, can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, you can still lose focus when you're not driving with someone. We're speaking from the car. Right? If we were sitting up in a quote-unquote broadcast booth, absolutely no issue. When you're trying to drive and you're competing and you've got someone there, or you're trying to chase someone down, it's a very dull broadcast because first things first, racing. Second thing is, well, we wanted to be entertaining, and then we'd like to have some communication with the broadcast booth and some commentary and even some technical. Can you get that? If you're door to door chasing each other down.
And I don't know if the viewers, most people have watched plenty of iRacing, but if we got some new viewers out there, this is a simulator, obviously. I mean, it's a computer game. And almost went off on the carousel. It is a simulator. It does look pretty realistic, I'm sure, on the broadcast, at least to the point it's not skipping and hopping like it sometimes does on my computer. I don't have the fastest of computers on the broadcast. Maybe if we get more sponsors, I'll be able to afford a new computer cost.
Well,
but you got to remember that if it's iRacing is a very realistic simulator. They try really hard to make it so if you can change something in the real car, you can change it in iRacing. So if you can change camber, caster, toe in, ride height, ballast weights, things like that, if you can do it in the real series, in the race, in a real race, then you can do it in iRacing.
To that point, they've added at Bristol and dirt tires for on NASCAR Cup cars because they're running that this year in actual, NASCAR.
Right, and if they make a rule change or a track change, like for example IMSA, which is International Motorsports Association, the group that we run in, they made a change on the IMSA Daytona road course today, matching what they did this year in the Daytona 24-hour. They have the long pit exit with the little pit lane exit right before you get to that little S and come back on track. So you can't floor it at the end of the NASCAR pit lane, come around to the S's and have to slow way down again. You're running pit speed all the way through now. So that makes that pit lane very long.
Oh, okay. So I got that. Okay.
If you watch the race this year, then as they exited pit lane, they were like halfway out onto the track and they actually got to speed up.
The cones where you're allowed to pick up pace.
Right, they're way down at the end. Yep. Because they put a new, some kind of sensor in the car to determine who the driver was. And by doing that, they needed the cars to go through the lights at a certain speed to determine who was in the car. Turned 14 again, twice now. My second max.
I was throwing all sorts of dirt up there at Canada corner.
That's my second. Don't want a lot of those, but I did not spin. Just went off, did a little lawn mowing. And now Jason's 41 seconds behind him. So I can't do that anymore. He'll be catching me.
I need to finish this lap to pull ahead of Paul Wilson.
Why is Bill Edwards blue? Bill Edwards is being marked in 8th spot, 4 laps down.
We obviously missed it.
Hopefully you got it fixed enough to hold Jason back a little bit when he catches him. He probably won't though, being 4 laps down.
I'm actually trying to chase, but I don't want to nearly the laps.
Oh, Jason already got by him. He's flying. Maybe I should concentrate and actually put some laps in and stay on the lead lap.
I would suggest that, but then again, being one of your favorite teammates.
Go ahead and go slow so you can catch me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to lose any positions at this point, no matter what speed I go. As long as I don't make a mistake.
Well, that's true.
Chip's in front of me by 20 seconds. So he's got a minute and a half plus to get back around.
You're not racing anyone for race position, but you know, you just don't want to lose anymore, as in you don't want to wreck the car, you don't want to...
Yeah, and I'd rather stay on the lead lap. I like being on the lead lap. It's a thing with me.
Hey, lead laps are important.
If you can finish on the lead lap, you pat yourself on the back with some of these drivers.
Oh, I started out racing against guys that seemed like, you know, Jason and Bill, Paul and Bill were like slow even to him. It's like it was improvement in a step up to not be laps down and then be on the same lap as, you know.
Yeah, in GT3, it's a challenge to stay on the lead lap with our hot rod driver there, Peter Short, leading that series.
Well,
GT3 challenge.
Maybe that we'll get a shakeup. You know, who knows? He can race all the races, win them all. Maybe he'll have, you know, an incident. He did have a racing incident. He wasn't able to continue. You just never know. That's why you got to race the race.
Every lap.
That smoke is not from an off-track. It's
Say anything.
I know. Just let you know. Oh, and then you come on that corner and get an X there. Wow.
I'm just hoping for a clean pass so I can stay in front of the leader.
There's another one. I forget which series do we have it that, you know, too many incidents is a penalty? Is that GTE?
25. Yeah, it's not in here.
Oh, I feel better. And I'm wide. And it's not going to matter, so it's just staying wide.
Okay, I'm going right. I've done that very same thing twice tonight.
Well, between all of us, we'll have that field plowed. Next time we'll hear, maybe we'll see a whole field of corn there.
77 seconds back. The leader right now in 5th spot on the lead lap. With about 5 to go.
All right, so officially 9th.
I didn't want the clean pass because you were off track.
No.
I was kind of hoping I'd catch you either on one of the straightaways.
I know. But once I'm off the track myself, I know where you was at.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that you went off.
Go left here, Chip.
Chip. And then he moves it. Oh my.
Oh, Chip just lost it.
Yeah. Right in front of me after I let him go there coming up to Canada Corner.
Canada Corner is really hard. Especially when you're off your line, like you go by somebody, you're not where you're normally at.
Well, I left him wide. He should have been correct spot.
Just
And
lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel my tires starting to get worn. A little sliding on some of these corners. Not too bad. Looks like Tim and Philip might have a run here at the end. They're 2 seconds apart. They're second and third.
That's 7 laps down, and I'm 14 laps down. I don't think I'm catching 7 laps up Bill Edward at any point.
Well, he's on track, so.
Well, I know.
Oh, I see. Even if he wasn't on track?
Well, I don't know if I even have time. Yeah. If I didn't get
Still
up.
don't have it, huh?
Yeah. He would have to literally be out there pushing the car around.
Or going backwards.
I don't know. You know what? We've said that with the driver in practice in the race. He did go backwards around the track in the correct fashion, and he was still too fast. So I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, Bill's pretty good. That's for sure. He must have made an error tonight. A rare error for Bill. Usually Jason does too. Maybe we'll get one there too, and maybe one of these new guys will have another new winner. I don't think with a 22-second lead, Jason's got any pressure on him though. Unless he has to go in for fuel. Because I just got the 10 minutes of fuel and there's only 6 minutes on the clock. So we have to get to the end.
Holy cow, come on, car. People now, I look very, very mad. Hey, I just got told 10 minutes of fuel.
Errors. That's what makes the difference tonight. Way by 5, but I didn't hit anything. I didn't get an X. Track temps up to 112 degrees from the start. 73. Makes it pretty interesting when you have to make the adjustment as the time scoots by and the sun rises quickly.
I wonder how many people think their tires are gone, and when they realize their tires are fine, the track has just gotten so warm.
Yeah, it's got to back up a little. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm running fuel map 4. It lets me not push it so hard. I don't have power, but I'm still backing up corners even more now. And backing up a corner, if you're not familiar with that, or viewers, means that you brake sooner. You hit the brakes sooner and you slow down more entering the corner. it allows you to get a good clean entrance and a clean exit, hitting the apex right where you need to. Especially when you get the track all greasy like it is now. It's really hot out here with pretty good humidity. It's about 70% humidity, and the track temp's 113 degrees, so it's slippy slidey out here.
Definitely sounds like a Wisconsin late spring afternoon.
Trying to keep my X's at 2. Oh, I'm in. Oh yeah, because Bill went out. I'm in 4th.
Time-wise, we're at 3 minutes 33, so we've got at least 2 more laps.
Yeah, depending on where the leader is.
Well, he's behind me, so I'm coming down to 5 now, so and he's 10 seconds behind me, so it's 84 which you told me currently in race sim. So
it's up 11 from start.
you have a bunch of drivers just going, okay, I just need to make 2 laps.
Yep.
I just got to make 2 laps.
2 more laps and I'm good.
I'm not going to catch.
Tim?
I just want to make a clean lap.
Tim and Philip are still 2.5, 3 seconds apart. They're probably still going at it.
I got to run really good and clean to catch him and hope that he makes a mistake.
Yeah, and Phil's probably like 2 laps, 2 laps, 2 laps.
I just got to hold him off for 2 laps. I got to make 2 good, clean laps. It's all about the mistakes.
Everybody is way off pace. I'm 6 seconds off my fastest lap, 5 seconds off my fastest lap. The leader, Jason, he's 5 seconds off his. The fastest car on track right now is the guy in 3rd trying to catch up. That would be Tim Hellman.
I don't feel so bad with this 210 then.
No, I'm running 2 weights.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not pushing, but I can't, which is probably why I'm not. And I don't need to. I'm nowhere near anybody else for position. I'd rather do 2 clean laps than push something.
Right.
And I think everybody else is in the same mode because nobody's catching me. At least not from a lap behind me, because Chip's a lap behind me.
Yeah.
Unless he's not, unless he's actually 30 seconds back, but still, it's quite a ways back.
Well, he's ahead of Jason still, so.
Yeah, so he's a lap down. It shows him a lap behind me. Seconds on the clock. This could be white flag. Yep, this is white flag for me. 1 to go. I still have 2 laps worth of fuel to go.
And I was not conserving fuel. I ran lap 1 and pushed as hard as I could. I'm coming up to white flag. I have 1 lap left. And 1 lap of fuel. About half a lap after that. So
We'll have to see if anybody ducks in. Still a 3-second gap between second and third.
Jason's taking the flag.
Taking the white flag or the checker?
No,
Checker.
I think.
Is that it for you, Jason? Yes, Ron. Nice run, man. Congratulations. Thanks. Hey, we'll let me get my car back around, and we'll run out, drag you up here to the broadcast booth, chat for a minute. Copy that. If any of the drivers, regardless of what position you finished in, anybody wants to stick around and talk, we can open up the broadcast booth for everybody here in a little bit. It's definitely something we don't mind doing, showing people who the racers are at the end. So we have our winner. Jason Morris takes the checkered flag first tonight. Bill Edwards may have had an issue as he was in the pits for quite a while. Philip Scott is holding off Tim Allen. Looks like that one's finished. Tim Allen taking third spot. You guys were getting close there within a second there at the stripe. Nice run, you guys. Okay.
Okay, those don't count. Mooney.
Those don't count?
He brake checked me, gave me 4X. Bill did. I only got 2X, only 2.
I'll have to look at that. Sure.
It was past the finish line.
Sorry, Rod. I didn't even know you were back there.
I may forget that calculating.
With 6, I may still be in the lead.
That is actually a strong possibility.
But I only had 2.
Nice finish there, Bill. All right, I'm going to jump out of the car, head back to the booth, and we will see if we can catch our winner. Jason, if you can come up to the booth, we're up here hanging out in the broadcast booth.
Hey, there he is.
Hello.
Man of the night, the man of the hour.
Hey, that's me. That's me.
Quite a run tonight. Were you doing a little fuel saving there? I saw you let Bill get ahead of you a little bit, and then looks like he meatballed it.
Yeah, I sure was. I did the first couple of laps with him on fuel burn, and we were starting to get a little lead stretched, and then I saw it was going to be a 3-stopper instead of a 2. So I pulled back a little bit and made a little mistake on the first pit stop and pitted too far left and had to back up and move over. So I lost like 6 seconds.
Oh,
yeah,
that's nerve-wracking, isn't it?
No, for sure, that wasn't a good one. And then on the second run, I was running them down and I was catching him. And on the second stop, I came back out. I think I picked up like 3 seconds in the stop. And then about 5 laps later or so, he crashed in turn 1. And then I had a moment a few laps after that and crashed in turn 7, and nudged the wall at the right front. But the car was pretty much okay. I lost a couple seconds, but it was all right.
Well, we were discussing this race is you're never gaining on what you had. You are managing the amounts of loss that you get, being off track a little bit, losing time and such. Do you feel that you won on what you gained or what you managed in your loss?
I think a little bit of both. I think I was going to catch him. He was only getting 12 laps of fuel run, and I was getting 14. So I think I was going to catch him on that, regardless. But I was running him down because he was starting to save fuel. But obviously, him crashing off helped for sure.
Well, nice. You had a good run tonight. Anybody you want to say hi to out here in TV land?
Oh, hi to all my fans, all my biggest fans out there, all my sponsors.
Two in a
Thanks.
row.
That's right. Yeah, back to back. We'll see if we can do it again next week.
Where are
Nice.
we at next week? Bonus point, maybe if you know where we're at next week, right now.
Bonus
Next
point
week,
from who?
next week here at the Grandpa's Kitchen Last Man Standing, we're at Talladega Super Speedway, so that should be exciting.
Oh, road. We're gonna take the road cars to the super speedway.
Little drafting, little oval action should be fun.
I know that you've done a little bit of both. So do you feel that you can make it 3 in a row with drafting the Porsche around Daytona or Talladega?
I think it'll be close. I've never had good luck with this car on the big super speedways. It's never had the outright speed that the Vets and the Ferraris have. But we'll see what we can do.
Nice. Well, thanks a lot, Jason. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming up in the booth, and thanks for sporting out the Grandpa's Kitchen logo on the car tonight. Looks good out there.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys. Look forward to it. Thanks again.
Have a good one. We'll catch you next week, hopefully up here in the Winter Circle.
I hope so. Looking forward to it.
Well, we have in the booth someone else that may want to be in the booth next week because he's won an oval already this season in the Cup, Mr. Chip Hansen.
Mr. Big Top 5 Chip Hansen, let me say.
Gentlemen,
How's it?
it's pretty good. I was telling the guys down in the other booth, I'm not real happy the way I drove tonight. I had a 19X. I, just kind of fouled it up. Some of it's Ron's fault. I thought, at one point I was just whittling away at the lead, just little bit by little bit, lap after lap. And when I realized I was taking chunks out of it, I started thinking about it. And I kind of overdrove the car, but to get my first career top 5 in a road course feels pretty good. Keep the streak alive of finishing pretty well on Tuesday nights. It's a great group of guys, and I would be remiss if I didn't give a big shout to Tim Allman, teammate of mine on Old Guy Racing, for basically teaching me how to drive. And it's been great. And it's a great team. It's a great league. Appreciate Grandpa's Kitchen for throwing the backing behind it. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to next week on the Super Speedway, the High Banks. I'm ready to put that vet to the test.
Well, you've done some oval racing, so what do you think your chances are?
Well, I think the vet it's probably right up there with the Ferrari in terms of top end, and I feel like we're at a NASCAR track and I'm driving a bow tie. What can go wrong?
That's really cool, Chip.
Well,
I think it'll be interesting to see the attrition rate on the oval next week. It's usually has dire consequences if you're involved in anything running at 205 miles an hour.
It'll definitely be it'll be a different kind of challenge because I find that super speedway racing, plate racing, or it won't be plates for us, but this kind of racing, it can almost get mind numbing, and then that's when you blow it. Is when the second you turn your mind off, you blow it. So it could be a really interesting race. But this is a clean group of guys racing out here. It's a pleasure to race with them, and I'm really looking forward to hitting some top speed out there at Talladega.
All
I'm
right.
sitting here listening to his answers, and you almost go, "This guy does this interviewing stuff, what, like for a living or something?"
Catch us on News Channel 8, WFLA in Tampa for the director's cut. I'll tell you what movies are good, what movies to see, and what movies to avoid. Plus,
All right.
There,
your
there
favorites.
we go.
Hey, Chip, just so you know, I'm going to run through this for our viewers with you here in the booth. The points have shuffled slightly. Philip Scott has taken the lead in the points. So we probably ought to bring him up if he's still here. He is. Let me go grab him.
I'll grab him. Go ahead. Go through your.
Yeah, go grab him. Philip Scott has taken the lead in points. Bill Edwards has dropped a spot. He is now second in points. It is 2 points between first and second right now. Jason Morris, with his win tonight, moves up a spot, passing me putting me into 4th spot. Jason's now in 3rd, and we have a difference of 1 point between the two of us. And Tim Allman is in 5th spot with, you'll never guess who's in 6th, Chip. Just throw it out there. Who do you think's in 6th spot?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say the 87 moved up 2 spots with a top 5 tonight.
87 moved up 2 spots and is now tied with Michael Mooney for 6th spot at the end of this race in the championship. So congratulations, Chip. Great race tonight. Top 5 for the finish. Might be not the race you wanted, but probably the finish you really like.
Appreciate it, fellas. Thanks a bunch. You guys have a great night. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chip. And I see that Mr. Mooney, you have located somebody. Who did you find back there?
We found league leading Philip Scott.
Oh, our points leader. Nice job, Philip.
Woo! I wasn't sure if I was going to be the points leader after this or not, but awesome. Woo!
Yeah, Bill had a little incident and dropped back in the race. Didn't pick up as many points. He still somehow got 5 bonus points. I don't know how he did. Oh, that was from one of the other races. Nobody got the bonus points tonight. But yeah, great run, and what a job late in the race holding off Tim Allman. We were watching that 3-second gap kind of drop little by little by little, and you were hanging on there at the end, running some good laps, keeping him back behind you.
Yeah. So it was super fun run with Tim that whole race. He was really keeping me on my toes. I did have a bit of so early on in the race, he was when we were all a bit more bunched together before the first pit stop, I bobbled it into Canada corner, and we made some contact, but it wasn't much damage. It was fine. But then he decided to repair some of his damage. We both had, like, he had like 30 something seconds. I had like 16. I just decided not to even go for it because I was like,
okay,
maybe
all right,
I might have lost like 0.3 like 0.3 of a second a lap from that wing damage.
Yeah.
But I just was like, track position and fuel might come into play. And then this was the first time I was really messing around with the fuel mixes on the vet, and it really worked out well. I was just really paying attention to the deltas and everything, and I knew that Bill would have been really close for Bill. Well, at least I mean I knew he was gonna try to go for an extra stop, and so I tried. So I was just like hoping that I keep it to the gap to where if he had to pit again, he'd come up behind me, even if he had to have just a splash.
Yeah.
That's
a tough strategy, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I just tried to keep that gap, and then he had his wreck and stuff, and then I was back up in a second, and then I was about 10 seconds or so ahead of Tim coming to the end of the race. I wouldn't have caught Jason even if he didn't. I know that he lost a few seconds hitting the wall or something, but
yeah, he brushed the wall, but he said it wasn't that bad. He kept going.
Yeah, I wouldn't have caught him anyway, even if that didn't happen. But I did spin again out of Canada corner, touching the grass or touching the sand, and spun around. Yeah. I was just frantically just slamming on the gas to try to go, because I saw Tim's I saw my relative go like 5, 4, 3, and then it went down to like 1.5. I'm like, oh no, go, and so I just had to keep hitting my marks, and I just also was I just put it back up to map 1, hoping that I'd have enough.
Yep.
Yeah, I had less than a lap left at the end, but I did make it to the end. So
now we talk about Canada corner, and we've been talking about this all race. Mooney and I have been up here in the booth kind of describing the course. Of course, our challenge is while we're driving, we can't see what the stream is showing, so it's difficult to tell people when they're in Canada corner or not.
Yeah,
I tried to do a drive-through during I tried to do a lap during qualifying, but I realized I wasn't even looking at the same thing the viewers were looking at, so I probably confused everybody. But Canada corner is probably, would you say, the most technical corner on this track, or is that equal to, like, say, turn 5 to bottom of the hill?
Yeah, I'd say about equal, but Canada Corner is honestly, I think Canada Corner is probably a little harder because you can kind of just use the
runoff?
downhill, yeah, the runoff and then the downhill section to you don't need to worry as much about locking up as you do at Canada Corner. So yeah,
Right. Yeah, turn 5, you're pretty much, you have to slow down because you're coming down that hill. But
yeah,
the corner's more flat, and then you hit that uphill, so you're ready to hit the gas and use the corner to help you propel up the hill. But
right,
it doesn't always work.
yeah. But yeah, Road America's one of my favorite tracks, definitely. I'm also looking forward to seeing it in the Cup Series this year.
Well, as we get one more question here for you, type of a deal. We're going to Talladega next week with these cars, and as
Yep.
league leader, what do you think your chances are of holding that with this group of drivers?
I think that you never know, but last Dega race we had was pretty clean the whole race pretty much. And but hopefully, yeah, I remember then on the restart we all I got into someone and we all wrecked, but honestly it was but I think as long as I just play my cards right, I think I'll be able to hold on the lead. But you never know at Dega, especially.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from, your lead now, Philip, that you do now have the points lead. But just so you know, it's a 2-point lead.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't going to be much because
Much.
yeah.
Top 5 drivers right now are actually within 17 points of you, and that includes me. So
Yeah.
you're not that far ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I knew. I wasn't. I honestly I was expecting Bill to be still in the points lead, but me maybe being like 1 point behind. But yeah.
Yeah, a little
Well,
shuffle in the points tonight. So
well, a
Tim,
caged animal is always very dangerous, and Bill Edwards may feel like that caged animal now.
Oh
want to
boy.
want to jump in with Tim here as we got a moment before we talk to Bill, but because definitely want to find out what happened there on lap 31. But Tim, you were closing in at the end. Looked like you had the strategy. You had a fast car, but just couldn't catch him, huh?
No, it was honestly, first of all, congrats to Jason and also to Philip, man. Those guys drove a great race, and everyone actually that participated in this race. It takes everybody involvement to make it happen in the first place, and that's what makes it really really enjoyable. But yeah, race strategy from the get-go. This is the first time I actually decided from the beginning to actually map down the engine and try and save fuel immediately and then try and make a push at the end and just drive a consistent race, me against the racetrack, not worry about anybody else. Um, Philip got a little loose there at the gave me an opportunity when he had a little issue at the Canada corner, and I just tapped him with my right front corner panel. I just couldn't avoid it, and I made the classic error of thinking, well, maybe I should just wait here in the pits and have him fix it because I should have just went. That would have been a big difference maker at the end. But you never know.
Yeah,
And,
hard
and
to
that's
tell.
racing,
Hard to tell.
honestly.
Yeah.
So you just do the best you can and try and race your race. And towards the end, I thought Philip had a little bobble. I thought, all right, okay, Tim, have you got enough fuel? But anybody that's done this knows you got a lot of things going through your mind while you're trying to focus on your markers and sitting there trying to figure out mentally if I had enough fuel to map it down to 1 and go for it. By the time I did that, it was a little bit, too late. But damn, it was fun, man. This is a great time, and thanks for the Last Man Standing League for putting this race on and this whole series on. And a shout out to my fellow old guy racing team. Those guys are amazing. Yeah, you guys are fun, and you make it a lot more fun to race with. We have our own little internal points battle, and yeah, you guys are fantastic. So
Well, you
shout out
you
to
got a
everybody.
you got a lot of praise from Chip helping him get quicker when he was up here talking with us. So he is like your number one fan right now.
No, I tell you what, it doesn't happen without Chip putting in the work. And I mean, I can tell him what to do and give him advice all I want to, but unless you go out there and drive it and implement it and put in
Yeah.
the time and practice, it really doesn't mean squat. So I mean, I tip my hat to him for doing what it takes and making gains. I mean, it's incredible. So and same thing with Ron. I mean, Ron, you've made some huge gains, and yeah, Jeff as well. We missed Jeff tonight, but
Yeah.
fantastic
Hopefully he's
though,
back.
man. You guys are all doing great.
Well, we have a large group in here at the moment. So
Yeah, I'll
out of
let
the
you guys
drivers that are
go.
no, stay
Well,
here. This is a group question here. So who here thinks they're going to win Talladega? We have Jason. You're first to say you.
You have to go in thinking you're going to win. If you don't, then you've already lost. You get
Exactly. Well spoken.
got to get that draft. These vets are fast, so me and Philip are going to be fighting for it at the end, I think.
Well, I think if I recall my history well enough, Jason's been near the front or won one of these drafting races here in this league before.
I actually saw him get punted on a restart last year. last
That
season.
is
That is also true.
That was a pretty massive hit.
Bill Edwards has run plenty of oval races in other leagues. I've seen Philip Scott there, and I know Mike Morkrid, he does a lot of oval racing. Tim doesn't care for it as much, but I would have to say we've got 8 drivers in here, and I think any one of the 8 could win. Fair
Yeah.
enough?
I'd have to agree with you,
Yeah, that's
Michael. I
pretty
think you're
pretty fair.
spot on, man. It just depends on luck of the draw sometimes, I think you're right, but it's also a lot of people that are considerate of other people's space. I think that's one thing that I find really cool about this league. People are respectful of the other guy in their area and race clean. So let the best man spray the champagne at the end, and the rest of us will bow down and say we're not worthy.
Well, you're not because I'm going to win. I already know that.
Well, speaking of worthy, Bill, up front all day, you were up front, 30 laps with the lead. What was it that bit you there at the end?
The mental chess match beat me.
Oh, that's
First of all, I got to
concentrate, right? For that long.
Talladega is a toss up. I don't care if you're there on a skateboard. We're not going to know until the end next week on the end the last lap. So, but no, tonight I knew how fast Jason was in practice. So when I went out there and I started gapping him a little bit, even though it wasn't much, I knew he was probably saving fuel. I had a different plan at that point because I was feeling pretty spicy, so I was just going to try to gap as much as I could. When I come out after the first stop, and I had about a 14-second lead or so on Jason, I think he said he messed up his pit a little bit, but at that point I was kind of committed. I'm like, all right, well, 14 seconds here. If I can gap it out another 10, 15 seconds, I can probably take a splash and still get out in front. So,
oh yeah, the late splash because you were on a three stop strategy then.
Yeah, I was going to be about a lap and a half short. I mean, it wasn't going to be much. I was doing a little bit of laying back, just a little bit, to see if I could get it close on that last run. But I was still pushing. I was trying to run. After that, there was about a 40-degree temp swing.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Track
temp got way up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I ran it into turn 1 like I did every other lap, and it just didn't bite whatsoever. So
yeah.
But
I'll say you were hauling because your fastest lap of the race was right before your second pit stop.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think my fastest lap was like lap 5 or something like that. It was like a
actually. Oh yeah, it was lap 5. You're right. I was
like,
thinking number of laps led is 26. So you won them. You led the majority of the laps tonight. So, but unfortunately, with everybody having an incident, nobody had the extra 5 points this week. So
I was sitting there at 0 when I drove it off the track. That's always bites you.
I had a 2 until you brake checked me after the start finish line.
I didn't even know you were there, honestly. I was going at full speed, and I was going full speed, and I think my full speed on the straights was like 140 or something like that. So
Well, I was kind of, you were kind of wiggling. You wiggled after the start finish line. I'm like, all right. So I slowed down. I was just going to go around you, and then all of a sudden you're stopping. I was like, whoops.
yeah, I had no idea you were there whatsoever. And I don't know. I got done with the race, and I just gave it a little wiggle before I pulled over. That's all it was.
Yeah, it was a fun race, fun night. Mike Markrid's in here. Pretty good run for you, Mike. Top 10 for you. A few laps down. How'd you feel out there tonight? Has he got a mic on, or maybe he's away?
He might have stepped away. His wife sometimes.
No, I'm
Okay.
here.
All right.
There he is.
Just
No,
just
I-
checking in
I-
with you on the race.
No, I had my personal best. I had a lot of fun. I always have a great time with you guys until right at the end where I got in the kitty litter and put me right in the wall, and then I saw the meatball flag pulled in and had to wait.
Yeah, that's always no fun, right? We explained that during the broadcast tonight to the viewers, if or the watchers afterwards. I don't know if we had viewers, but we may have had a couple.
Yeah, the booth had 2 meatballs themselves before their
Yeah.
spaghetti dinner. So,
Yeah. So Mooney explained. We explained what the meatball flag was with the black flag with the orange meatball on it.
I'm just waiting for next week where I can pass Mooney and wave on the way by.
Yeah. All right. Well, for Grandpa's Kitchen and Last Man Standing Motorsports, we thank everybody again for racing tonight. And not sure if anybody stuck around for the post race action here in the booth, but it was fun having everybody up here. Anybody want to have any last comments in case anybody's watching out there for the fans?
hi, Mom. There,
Yeah,
beat Bill to it.
I think she went to bed already.
Hey, tune in
I
next
might
week
watch
for some exciting racing, man. It's going to be awesome. Dega is always going to be a challenge, especially since there is no setup for this thing. You just bring what you brought, and yeah, go for it, boys.
I'm
Should be a
going
lot
to
of fun.
say Old Guy Racing is going to dominate it.
We'll see. We'll see. I still think Philip and I are going for the finish.
Yeah, those vets are fast.
Make
All
sure
right,
everybody
sign us
tunes
off
in.
there.
Make sure everybody tunes in tomorrow too, because that should be an exciting race. If you put the
Yeah,
stream up.
I'm not going to be able to stream that one. I don't have that one, but it'll be fun. We'll have to report on it next time we get together. But thanks again, everybody. We're going to sign off here from Big Wizard TV. This is Ron saying good night.